Hi Shikha, I'm Priyanka. I'm the hiring manager. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, thank you. I'll be taking your interview today for the position of head cashier. Would you like to have something before we sit down?
No, thank you.
Any water or coffee?
No, thank you.
Have a seat. Did you get here okay? Was the directions okay?
Yeah, it was perfect. Thank you.
It's a nasty weather outside.
Oh, it's brutal.
How was the driving?
It was
Too much
okay.
traffic? No?
No, it's fine. I have winter tires.
Oh, that's good. You need that in Canada.
Yeah, I love winter though, so that's okay.
I'm just the opposite. I like summers. Okay, I'm going to be asking you some questions regarding your qualifications and experience. Then I will let you know about the company and the position. And if you have any questions, you may ask me at that time. And I will also be making some notes during the interview. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, good. So what was the last level of education that you have completed?
I went to college.
What did you do? What degree?
I have my business administration degree.
That's good.
It's actually a diploma.
Okay. And what was your last or current job?
My last job was a corporate account manager.
Where were you working at?
XYZ Communication.
Oh, that's good. It's a good company. What were your duties or responsibilities during the job?
I managed all the telecommunication needs for a set amount of clients.
How many clients?
160.
That's a big number.
Yes, it's a good size.
Yeah. Did you have any problems handling so many customers or like so many accounts?
No. It was a good widespread of trying to gain business and managing current business. So it was a good mix.
Yeah. And what did you really do in the job? What was your job and the title?
So I was pretty much the single point of contact for all my clients, from anything from a cell phone to larger operations, like if they wanted to open up a call center, for example.
So what would you do what services would you provide them?
So I would be responsible for coordinating internal and external team members to join meetings with our client. So for example, if it was in fact a call center we were trying to set up, and we would determine which company, cost points, and from there we would engage the right people and start to build something from the ground up.
So you would provide them services like the landline, cell phones,
Absolutely.
all the connections like that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, did you have to supervise people? Were you responsible for supervising others?
Not directly reporting to me, but I was responsible for the lines of communication between my clients and internal and external teams.
What do you mean by lines of communication?
So there were many teams involved in a lot of the implementations. So I would have to engage with project managers, supervisors, other account managers, just anybody that really could help or assist in our clients' needs, in fulfilling our clients' needs.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. What would you consider your greatest achievement today?
I think my greatest achievement is probably having the ability to understand human nature. Especially in a time of persecution and really where you feel like.
What do you mean by persecution?
I feel like I'm really young to be in the role that I'm in, and not everybody, but definitely there's a handful of people that would say, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing, or you just get a certain impression, and I think that it's a good ability to be able to just say, it's not going to change who I am, and you feel the way you feel, and that's okay.
So did it affect your performance? Well,
not at all.
No,
not at all.
You're looking at
yeah, and really just to learn to love whoever and respect them for who they are, and know that in time they'll also respect me, and it doesn't change my ability. I'm always going to deliver. I'm always going to be on the ball. I'm always going to be the person I am.
That's good. Yeah. So did you have any challenges performing and doing it?
No.
Dealing with people?
Yes, there's a lot of challenges, but I think through those situations, it's really helped me learn to deal with those difficult people.
That's good. That's very good. Can you tell me about a time that an unsatisfied customer left satisfied due to your service?
Yes, absolutely. Because of the nature of the work we've had, we engage so many different teams, and I'll stick to, I guess, the call center example. So we had a customer that actually had a hard stop. Like, he literally needed something implemented, up and running within a month.
So what did you meet the deadline?
No.
Was the customer unsatisfied? Was he unhappy?
He was at the beginning. He was absolutely, so angry. He actually threatened to pull all his business.
Oh my gosh! So what did you guys do?
So what I did was I engaged all my team members, and I asked them to engage their team members. So really tried to see how far that network went. To my surprise, there was a lot of people that knew a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, networking works.
Yeah, it really did in this case especially. So I really took that customer who was extremely unsatisfied, was ready to leave, everything they had with our company, and actually got him to extend his deadline from a month to a month and a half, and we were able to implement and, deliver properly.
How were you able to get him to extend the deadline?
We told him the way, I gave him an out. I told him that we cannot meet this in a month. And, in fact, we can't do it properly in a month. So if he needs to pull his business, like, that option is his. But, based off of all the conversations and all the hard work and everything we've done, if he gives us a month and a half, he won't be disappointed.
So were you able to finish it in a month and a half?
We were. We actually finished a couple weeks earlier than that, so he was even happier.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So was the customer satisfied?
Yeah, he was absolutely.
How did you come to know he was satisfied?
Firstly, he gave us the extension, so he had to have been a little bit happy.
Yeah.
And he actually wrote an email to my director.
Oh,
expressing,
that is really nice.
yeah,
Oh, that's good.
No,
so
and
he
I've
did give you
kept it.
feedback.
Yeah, and it was really, it was heartwarming that he was that happy and.
Yeah. So were you happy with the situation? How you handled the situation?
I was, but definitely learning experiences through everything.
What did you learn from that?
Moving forward, one thing I always did was have, a timeline, like a written timeline. With all my customers, just because there's so many hands in the pot, like there's so many teams that are involved, there's so much coordination that needs to happen. So it really helps to visually see, this is when we're engaging, this is what we're doing, this is our, this is the implementation date, here's the testing, and if the customer's not comfortable with it, at that point before you start the rollout, they can say it. So we could have really addressed.
So what is the procedure that you usually follow?
In respect to
implementing everything, starting from the start, what you do with the customer, where you start them, what you give them.
So now, everything's done a little bit more formal, and we have timelines which basically say, week 1, here's the signatures. If the contracts are signed, in week 1, 2 weeks later we're going to have someone coming out to do a site survey. 2 weeks after that, when we get those results, here's, and basically so on and so forth until the implementation date.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes that date, depending on how complex that solution is, it could be 6 months out.
Right. That's good. Now, can you describe me a time when unknowingly you provided a customer with incorrect information?
Yes. So I've used to deal a lot with cell phones. And cell phone plans you see on TV, right? Like they change, like every month there's a new promotion. And like, last month could be better, but next month could be better. And
by the time you get used to one and it changes.
Right? And it's like that for us too, working, in the company, because they change so fast and you get a notice, but you really, sometimes it happens so fast, right?
So did you give him the wrong information? What happened here?
Right. I actually did. I had a customer, and it was a fairly large deal, who had an outdated proposal.
So did you already tell the customer of the pricing?
Yes, we actually went.
What happened here?
We went over the pricing. We agreed to the pricing, and we actually signed contracts based off of that pricing.
So when did you realize you had given him the wrong information?
When I was reviewing it and getting ready to submit it to my internal team, I realized as I was punching it in that we don't offer this plan anymore.
What were you thinking then?
Why didn't you check the proposal? Like, it's a large deal, but you know, you get happy, you're excited, right? You're like, yay, like you got the deal, like, let's go, let's move on it.
Right. So how did you respond to it?
I was upfront with the customer.
Oh, so you did let the customer know?
I did. You know, and I think that's, you know, that's my responsibility, right? You have to be honest.
So was he upset? Was he angry?
Fuming. And especially for that size deal, because it took us so long to get to the point where we're finally getting contracts, you know, it just felt like we finally got to this stage and we have another hurdle.
So when you say it was a large contract, like a large deal, what do you mean? How many accounts or how many supplements? What do you mean by that?
You know, I think because of privacy, I don't think I could really talk about the exact size of it, but it was, you know, one of the larger, it was a very large company, and we were actually supposed to do it in 2 parts because it was that large.
So did the customer go with the deal? Did you guys?
Yeah, we did end up coming to a conclusion. What I actually did was, you know, the nature of the deal was large, so we had a lot of people involved, including a lot of directors. So we did go in, we did let them know what happened, and because we were just right after the new plan was announced, we were almost in a gray area.
Oh, okay.
So it worked out to our benefit. The only catch was that the customer did have to go with the whole thing. Like, we couldn't split it up into parts. We couldn't have multiple orders. Like, it had to be one order, and one team would work on making sure everything was done properly.
Now, why was that? Why did you have to do it as a one order?
Because if you go with something that's expiring, the system will automatically expire. Like, you know, so that code wouldn't work in our system anymore. So even if we were saying, okay, you can have this in 6 months, in reality, that code won't work in 6 months.
Oh, okay.
So we would, you know,
the system would reject it.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
And the customer really did understand, and you know, they run a large operation, so they can understand just if they put themselves in our situation, it happens.
So what did you really say to the customer?
I you know, their nature of business is very similar to what we do. So, you know, I pretty much just said, you know, we've been working for the past 6 months. You also build a rapport, you build a relationship, you've gone for lunch, you've had numerous conversations and meetings with them. So, you know, it's not really like you're talking to someone you've never met before and trying to convince them.
So it takes you a long time to build up a relationship, and then the deal comes through. You have to deal
in
with
some cases
it
some cases it takes, you know, 6 months, a year, 2 years, right? Depends.
And then when they finally do sign the contract,
right? And when you get to that point where they finally sign the contract, it's not really, you know, it's more than just I'm buying cell phones. It's I'm buying cell phones from somebody I trust, from a company I want to do business, right? It becomes about more than...
So you build a relationship with the customers.
Right. And I think that relationship really helped when we did have the hiccup.
Right.
They knew we would do everything. They knew I would do everything I could.
Okay, that's good. So what was the outcome of this?
We ended up doing one very large order, and it worked out great. It was awesome, and it actually worked out in their benefit because, you know, going over the numbers, if we had to move them to a different plan or, you know, anything like that, we would have ended up paying more. So it really worked out in their benefit, and then
going into one order works in the benefit.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, okay, that's good. Describe a time when your workload was heavy and how you handled it.
A couple years ago, I actually went on a mission trip to Africa.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was amazing.
It was a good experience?
It was amazing. Yeah, we were helping to build schools for girls because...
that's nice.
Yeah, women don't generally get to go to school, and, you know, they have so many family duties that it's just hard for them to get an education. So it was empowering. It was awesome. But I came back a month later to, like, an atrocious inbox. Like, it was just so full. Like, I didn't even know what to do with it.
So did you delegate any work?
I tried to do a lot of delegation prior to me leaving, just like, you know, here's someone that you can contact if you need immediate assistance. Here's a customer service rep, like an account. You know, really tried. But there's some people that are just so used to dealing with you.
Okay.
Right?
Right. So did you ask for any help or assistance when you came back and you saw you have so much of workload?
I did. I actually asked, I cleared it with my manager to put an extension on my out of office, and I took an additional week just to catch up with, a month worth of work, and I literally had 1,000 emails.
So was there anything that required your immediate attention?
Yes, I requested all my clients who needed like immediate attention to label all their emails as high importance.
Oh, okay.
So I
That's a good
filtered,
idea.
just to organize myself, I filtered all my emails with that first. Because I was gone for such a long period of time, anything that really required like immediate attention, it was dealt with. So, I actually eliminated quite a few with that
good.
little system.
Did you feel pressurized or stressed?
Absolutely.
How did you handle that?
Just getting through it. I worked just day and night, and I really,
So you put in long hours? Did you work after office hours?
yes, absolutely. You have to, and I had to get caught up just for my own sanity, right?
So did it affect your ability to perform your duties effectively?
No, I think to some degree, because I bought myself extra time by giving myself the extra week, I dealt with everything that had to be dealt with,
Okay.
and then I carried on with things that, they weren't as pending.
So what problems did you face?
In respect to,
Just getting through all those emails.
I think the biggest problem was just the sheer volume. The number is very scary. Maybe the content wasn't as scary,
You're
but
right.
just to see your inbox at like over 1,000 and just staring back at you, you don't know.
So when you say you have 1,000 emails, they were action required in all the emails?
No, and I definitely, I filtered through all of them. The things that could be deleted were deleted, and the things that were high importance that were taken care of got filed away. So I wasn't left with, I was only left with a couple hundred that really did require.
So what was the result? Were you able to answer all your emails and take care of?
Yep.
So you took care of all the situation?
Yes.
Describe a situation where a chatty coworker starts talking to you right when you need to finish a report.
So in my old office, we had a really open concept, and we all had like cubicles.
Oh, okay.
And sorry, the situation's actually funny. So I had this really good friend. She's my good friend, but she's my coworker. And
Right.
I guess she was just having one of those days. So she came to my cubicle and just started going like.
So what were you doing then?
I was in the middle of actually an RFP, so I had to get a quote out, and the deadline was 12 o'clock, and like it had to leave my inbox at 12.
What did you do?
Well, seeing that she was clearly flustered and she was having, that kind of a day, I offered to take her out for lunch.
Was she happy? Was she angry?
No, she was actually really happy. She was thrilled. She was like, "Yeah, I didn't bring lunch, and let's do it." So I was like, "Okay, great. So I'm just gonna do this one thing, and then you could just tell me all about your day."
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
What were you thinking of the knowledge you came in and you had to?
Oh my God, I need to finish this. Like, stop talking.
How long did it take you to finish the project?
It took me a couple hours, and luckily I had, a couple hours, and I purposely scheduled lunch with her for 1,
Yeah.
instead of 12, just in case I ran over, and I could just kind of catch up on a couple other things
Yeah.
before we went for lunch.
Did you meet the deadline? Were you able to
I
finish it
did.
by
I
then?
did. I had done most of the work. It was just fine-tuning it,
Yeah.
so it was okay.
So how did you get to finish it?
I actually locked myself in an office.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
I need to go somewhere with a door. Like,
So nobody can disturb
yeah,
you.
exactly.
Yeah. Were you satisfied with your performance? Did it affect you?
Yeah, I actually ended up winning that RPF, so it was really rewarding. And
Okay, that's good. Let me just tell you a little bit about our company, Bed and Bath. Bed and Bath sells a wide assortment of products like including domestic and home furnishing, giftware, health and beauty, bath and beauty care products. We offer superior service, and we believe in providing both a fun and exciting experience to our customers. And we offer excellent opportunities for talented and ambitious individuals who want to become future leaders at Bed and Bath. And here's what we need: a head cashier who will be responsible for other cashiers and customer relatives needs. The head cashier provides direction and support to their associates. The head cashier also answers any questions or queries, thereby providing a great shopping experience to the customers. Do you have any questions? Anything you want to ask me regarding the job or about the company?
Yeah, so how many people would be reporting to me?
Okay, so head cashier generally have about 5 to 6 cashiers, and you would be responsible for their schedules, their lunch, the breaks, their performance, how they do on a day-to-day basis, and how what they need to be doing every day.
Mm-hmm.
So roughly
Okay.
5 to 6.
Okay, no, that was it. Thank you.
Is there anything else?
No, that's it.
That would be it.
Mhm.
Thank you for taking interest in applying for the position of head cashier at Bear & Brand. I appreciate you answering all the questions to the best of your ability. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank
And
you.
listening to your experiences.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
still in the process of entering some more candidates and for the next couple of days. So I will get back to you by Wednesday afternoon.
Thank you. It was very nice chatting with you.
Same here. Thank you for coming and have a great day.
Bye.
Bye now.